Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Cupid Parasite in Jupiter's route. Look, I'm okay. I don't know what the fuck was going on in the last part. I don't know. I was annoyed with everything in life, and it just made me annoyed with the game. It does throw you off, though, when it starts out, and you're like, wait, so everything is just, it's a totally different alternate reality. What the fuck is happening? After 5 other routes going the same way, but anyway, I'm fine. I'm fine, I think. But anyway, so we're just continuing in Cheese Big Secret chapter. So, anyway. Well, that's it for today's lecture. Don't forget to finish your reports before the next class. I don't know if that was the professor's voice from the last part, but whatever. With today's class over, Professor O'Connor left the room. That was my last class for today, so I prepared to head to work. I'd gotten a part-time job at a local movie theater. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. That makes sense, because that was in the original route. Anyway, Gil suggested I work there with him, and I thought that sounded nice. Your shift overlapped. Oh my god, your shift overlapped. I can't talk. With mine today, right? Let's go together. Okay, thanks, Gil. He always seemed to be looking after me like that. I guess he's worried that I might get lost in this strange new place. It's true that I did get lost on campus a lot on my way to class when I first got here. But he doesn't need to worry about me anymore. I feel like I'm pretty much used to living in Lost York. Okay, Clarice, I'm gonna get going. Okay. Gil sure is overprotective as always. He seems like an agape indeed. He is. Uh-huh. But when did she ever pay attention to his love? And that Cupid sure is a tough enemy. We're supposed to be... What? We already know everything about Clarice. Come on. Anyway. And so after class... That was yellow. Why was that yellow? Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait, they switched our apartment! Stop it! They just fucking, like, flopped it. But it's... Okay, the weird thing is, and this is the funniest thing. You're so used to seeing the floor plan, like, reversed, that when they do this, you're like, it's like a whole... I mean, aside from the fact that the wallpaper and the colors are different too, but it's like, well, it just throws you off. You're like, everything is so different, and it's really not any different. It's the exact same layout, just mirrored. But it's so weird. But I mean, aside from, again, like, the colors are different, and, like, the wallpaper and stuff is different, but I like that. And so, after class, we're in Cheese perspective here. Gee! I told you! Fucking knew it! Oh my god, stop it! Alright, this is where the game went off the rails. Ah, Jupiter's route off the... Okay. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I ruin everything. I ruin everything. Okay, the whole Peter being Jupiter thing didn't dawn on me right at first. I knew Peter was a secret character. I spoiled that part, for myself. But, like, I don't want to know what happens. I want, like, to theorize and have fun and be right or wrong or whatever. But, oh god. Oh god, this is so funny. I'm somehow surprised and not surprised at the same time. Like, I'm surprised I actually pegged that, but I am not surprised that that is the case because I love this so much. I love this so fucking much. How many people knew what was going to happen? And when I was like, I wonder if she is Jupiter, we're like, girl, I can't even. And we're just sitting there giggling, waiting for the reveal to happen. My face hurts. The smile on my face. Oh god, I love this so much. Again, think of all the times we just grabbed him and used him as a massager and all that shit. Or the fact that we used to sit there, hold him in our lap, and pet him. Oh my God. I think I love Jupiter more just thinking about that. We're just like, pet him. I knew he at least worked for Jupiter, but like, I really was hoping deep inside that this was the case. I'm like, I hope, because that's just the funniest fucking thing. And sometimes the games just don't do the weird, wacky shit, but I guess I should have known 100% that this game would go there, but I didn't have faith in you, game, that you would go this far, and that's my own fault, but I'm so glad I guess I don't want to say I saw it coming. I just hoped it was coming, and I'm just glad this is where we went, because oh god, I'm gonna die. Okay. Anyway, phew. I hate being stuck in that form. After she left for work, I returned to my normal form from the one she knew as Chi, then let out a massive sigh. It's quite annoying just how limited my abilities are in that form. I can't even have a proper conversation with her. And look at oh, that's why you hide your eyes. Oh, Jupiter! Stop it! Okay, I love glasses. Okay, I do. But like heterochromia is always fucking up there. I love it. I fucking love it. But they always give it to characters, and I'm like, you're not my favorite, but you have heterochromia, so like I have to give you points. But they're usually not like my favorite characters, and it makes me sad because like I want my favorite characters to have heterochromia. I don't know. Like, look, it's fucking beautiful. I fucking love it. Oh my god. Anyway, Jupiter. Stop it. I mean, I feel like somewhere inside I was like, that's why he's hiding his eye. You know what I mean? That's why he's got the thing going on. And like, obviously that's why Peter does, so you wouldn't know, because it would be kind of obvious. But anyway. But this is still the best way to protect her from danger. So yes, I did not escape. I'm in that form not because I can quickly run away in dangerous occasions. Look at his... He's so precious. I love him. I activated my danger detection power and looked around, but luckily there didn't seem to be any threats in this area. Oh, in the area. I mean... Hello. He is, like... He's pretty delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, come on. I'm okay with this. And the fact that you're oh, God, I love you so much more now. I do. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Raoul might have to have a battle with Jupiter for who's my favorite now. I don't know. Anyway. Still, someone has been targeting Cupid and myself lately. I decided to be safer in the human realm, which is why I sent her down here and came along with her. Even gods age in the world of man. This is why gods almost never come down here. Of course, my plan will only work if whoever is looking for us is actually a god. So I created a gate on 7th Avenue in Lost York to try and deceive our mystery enemy. Oh, well, okay, all right. You know what? I'm not a fan of how we totally deviated from the, like, original storyline, but at the same time, we didn't fully deviate. We deviated on we're not doing the Parasite house. We're not going to know that Jupiter and Peter are the same person. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's going to be like, I can be Peter. Okay. Like, you know, because I want that. Because you know that. Look, we know. Okay. But anyway, not the point. But I do kind of like that they do tie it back in with okay, but the same thing with like Minerva trying to target Cupid to be able to get the bow to bring Raoul back to being Alexander the Great, and Alan being like, I'm gonna take her back, motherfucker! You're not gonna kill her. You know what I mean? But then I get to be the new Juno, and then marry Jupiter, which is kind of fucking awesome. So like, I'm not opposed to this. All right, I'm getting more on board with it. I'm still not 100. I'm like 95% because like 5% is like, well, like Jupiter being Peter is kind of funny. Although now we know Jupiter is Chi, which is funnier. So like, all right, you know. So anyway, luckily nobody's come looking for her yet, but I still need to keep my eyes open and my guard up. I don't know anything about them yet. I took extra time to prepare and made a big fuss about the whole affair, but yeah, the heterochromia thing's hot as fuck. He was already hot before with like his little mask thing going on, but now he's just hotter. Like I can't. Well, anyway, I'm glad Cupid was able to adapt so easily, though I shouldn't be surprised. I think we can make this work. I thought back to the moment I decided to send her down to the human realm to study. It was only a few days before she actually made the journey. A flashback to be in Jupiter. And it's actually kind of funny because, like, he's wearing, like, the mask thing, but, like, you can see his gold eye, right? But it still has the turquoise hints in it, which, I mean, matches the rest of his outfit, but then that's the color of his other eyes, like that turquoisey blue, so. Anyway. Juno will never return! Mars, the Warren, Cupid told the truth to him. Why? I was only barely able to serve her before, and recently even So, like, I don't love this, though. Like, the whole... I mean, I get it, and it's smart. Oh, disappeared so that we have to become the new Juno, and it'll be perfect, because we're going to fall with her. Right? And then we don't have to die as Cupid. So, perfect. And Alan's route kind of set up the whole line well, so I'll give them that. But I'm curious as to... Did Minerva do something to Juno? Like, what? Like, what I mean? Did she do it thinking that, like, okay, that'll make Cupid go down into the real world and then we can make her fall in love? And, like, was that part of her plan? I'm just really curious about the whole Juno perspective. I mean, I get the point. I get why Juno has to disappear so we can be the new her. I get it. But how are they gonna, like, tie in the, like, why did she disappear? Aside from, like, well, end of the route plotline. Like, you know, did Minerva do it? Like, was that part of her plan? Like, you know what I mean? So, anyway. I can't detect her divine artifact anywhere, but even if she really has disappeared, I'm sure she'll return sooner or later. No way! She disappeared completely? But there's no way someone more powerful than us DC exists. It's hard for me to believe as well. It's possible that Juno simply decided to quit being a god. Either way, her position's now vacant and marriage rates have started to drop because of it. We can't ignore this any longer. So, I was thinking that perhaps Cupid would make for an acceptable successor. He's like, you know, because I remember picking her out of the lineup and being like, she kind of cute, and now I'm kind of in love with her. Like, it's a little weird, but, like, I'm also okay with this, because... Really, Jupiter? You picked me out of, like, the little angels pouncing around in the clouds? I'm like... But you took me away from my other half, which does make me sad. But also... He's okay, I'm okay. It's fine. What? The current Cupid? Yes. She cares for the humans, and she's willing to question the nature of us gods. She has the makings of a fine DC. He's like, plus she's kind of cute. I mean, come on, Jupiter. Just a minute. He's like, she's also kind of hot, and I want to hit that, so... It's okay, you and me both same. You're kind of hot, and I'd like to hit that too, so... We're on the same page. If she can gain first-hand knowledge of love, marriage, and human life in general, she could easily take Juno's place. So I've decided that she should head down to the world of man and study them up close for a while. Study? Humans? Are you serious? Very. This would be the first time we've chosen another god for the DC. Obviously, we've never even considered changing the DC before, except for that. Except for that? That? What's that? I can't wait to find out what that is. Anyway, we can't afford even a tiny misstep here, so I thought she should face a sort of trial by fire first. The goddess Juno rules over human marriage, so her replacement must understand that along with all types of love. All types of love? Mars is like, what? No, my baby! But then your baby won't have to die, Mars. It'll be fine. Correct. You may not know this, but human love can be divided into 6 types. Agape, pragma, ludus, eros, mania, and storg. Storge? Storg? I don't know. If one wants to become Juno, they must experience and fully understand the concept behind each of them. I did, actually! All of them except for storg. That's the one we're going to learn here. Oh. But none of them can be found in Celestia, which means the only way she can learn is to go down to the human realm. But how did Juno know this? Was she just born with that knowledge, I guess? Also, someone has been pursuing her recently, so this would also serve the purpose of hiding her away for now. To both prepare her to become the next Juno and to keep her safe, the human realm is currently her best option. And naturally, I'll send a divine beast with her to keep an eye on things, so her safety would be guaranteed, especially because it's gonna be me! It's gonna be me. Oh, yes, but is she capable of becoming Juno? The thing is, she might be too free-spirited. That's certainly true, but I think that's exactly what makes her a good fit to become Juno. Self-confident, isn't discouraged by what others say, a big heart that cares about people around her. Oh, self-confident, isn't discouraged by what others say, a big heart that cares about the people around her. Plus, she's pretty, and I want to hit that. I mean, probably shouldn't say that to my dad, but, you know. She's flexible, honest, and spirited in a very human way. That's the Juno we need for this current world. I like how he's just being, like, totally, like, pragmatic about the whole thing, and yet he's still, like, also, kind of think she's hot. Maybe we'll get to that. Maybe you're not there yet. You're like, I just think this is a perfectly business relationship. Can we have sex now? Like, if we do not get to hit this shit, I'm going to be so mad. We have gotten to bone every single hottie in this fucking game, but if I don't get this, I'm just going to be so mad. You don't set this up and show me the candy and not let me eat it, okay? This is not just... I know this is eye candy, but I want to eat it too. That sounds so gross. Never mind. Just forget I said it. Oh, Jesus. And I must thank you, Mars. You've raised quite a fine god. Lord Jupiter, if so I, Mars, shall make our study in the world of human beings. You have my thanks. In the meantime, I must also break the seal protecting Lady Juno's position so that she can be replaced. Can you imagine Juno comes back and she's like, what do you mean we got divorced? And he's like, bitch, that's what you get. I replaced you with a younger model. Ouch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not cool anymore, buddy. Anyway. I said that with such confidence, but I still haven't broken Lady Juno's seal. Phrasing. Wow. I had to seal her position at first because she disappeared along with her divine artifacts, meaning she couldn't be replaced. If I were to describe it using a word from the human realm, I suppose you could call it a glitch. I'd brought a tome from Celestia called the Divine Artifact Apocalypse and scoured it again for clues, but nothing stood out. It's been 15 years already since Lady Juno disappeared. 15 years?! That's a long time. Okay. You know what, sweetie? I am sorry that I was, like, so cold about you replacing her with a younger model. She's been gone for 15 motherfucking years. That's a long time to wait. For normal people. For God, it's like, she's been gone for, like, 2 minutes. I'm out. I need a new wife. But, like, 15 years. Dude, you're like, my wife disappeared 15 years ago. I think it's time to move on. You know, okay. Juno, god of marriage. Humans believe she's the wife of the almighty Jupiter, but the fact is, I've never laid a finger on her. Well, I hope that's going to change when I become Juno. As such, I've never known the details of her thoughts or actions. And gods are free-spirited by nature. It's not unusual for them to slip away from Celestia for 10 years or more. I've never minded when she decided to leave, but this is the first time I've lost track of her divine artifacts as well. Completely losing track of a member of the DC. It's completely unheard of. Wow, you are slacking in your duties, bro. Born from Kronos and Rhea, the DC were the very first gods to exist. We've been watching over humans for much longer than the more modern gods born over the last 2,000 years. So for a DC god to completely disappear, along with their divine artifacts, should be impossible. I hope Lady Juno isn't up to something. Interesting. The look on his face is so freaking sexy. He's like, you better not be up to shit. Oh, I'm up to so much shit. Are you gonna punish me? Because I'm okay with it. Punish me harder. What? Okay, Jesus fucking Christ. This man needs to leave my sight right now because I can't handle it. Anyway. But that's interesting. Is she up to something? Woo! Is she? Was her disappearance accidental or on purpose? And there's no way to know right now. Maybe Minerva killed her. To make sure that I would then go to the human realm. That makes sense. I mean, that would kind of make sense. You'd be like, yeah, all right, I could see it. But whoever's responsible will face my wrath. This I swear. And normally, if a god disappears accidentally, the divine artifacts return to Celestia on their own. And that way we can appoint a replacement for them if need be. All gods beside the DC earned their roles this way. But Lady Juno just abandoned her post and disappeared, along with her divine artifacts. None of my search methods have found her. I'm curious about this. This is interesting. So now human marriages are falling apart. No matter how many people Cupid matches, without the god of marriage, they won't last. And that's why I thought Cupid could just become the next Juno herself, but I haven't been able to find a way to break the seal on Lady Juno's position. Which is funny! All-powerful Jupiter! So, like, I locked the box, and I don't know how to unlock it now. Like, basically. I put a seal on it, on her position, and I don't know how to click undo. Oops. Like, what? You're Since she took her divine artifacts, I have no way to appoint a replacement. Am I even doing the right thing here? I mean, I don't know. You sound... I hate to say this, sweetie, but you sound a little inept. Like, kind of love it, though. You're supposed to be the all-powerful god Jupiter, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. Same. Regardless, I must break the seal as soon as possible. I should keep searching through the divine artifact apocalypse before Cupid gets back. Chee! Up in the attic, a mouse suddenly popped out and startled me back into my chi form. I like the fact that he just gets scared into chi form. Chi! I hate mice. And that's why I hate this damnable city. Too many mice, too many cats and dogs and other vermin. Chee! I really wonder, I want to come back and, like, play the scenes with Chi. Like, does he do the voice for Chi, too? Is he like, Chi? Would that have been, like, a giveaway? I feel like Peter would have been a giveaway, but, like... That's why Peter doesn't have in the intro... Peter and Venus have, like, sprites, but when you go through the intro, they show the character and the voice actor. They show Jupiter, they never show Peter. They show Catherine, but they don't show Venus. It's because Catherine is Venus and Peter is Jupiter. You know what I mean? Like, so... I'm home! When I got home, I found my place a complete mess. What happened? Have I been robbed? Dad had gone out of his way to get this house for me. I live here by myself, and Lord Jupiter said he set up an extra barrier to protect me from any possible danger, except himself. I heard a rustling noise in the corner of my room. Oh no, should I call the police? Oh, but what if it was someone from Celestia? I grabbed a nearby baseball bat and nervously approached the back of the room, where I saw a fluffy tail sticking out of a bag. I just love the fact that he just gets into so much shenanigans, and it's fucking Jupiter. Chi? Chi? He shot out of the bag, smacked his head on my dresser, and fell over. Oh, now all the Chi stupidity is just gonna be even funnier. Because before it was like, if he's Jupiter, it's kind of funny, but now it, like, you know for a fact, and it does make it funnier. Chi, are you okay? Especially him eating the dog food and Ryuki's around. See, I'm pretty sure Ryuki's around when that happened. I was like, if he's fucking Jupiter, that's gonna be funnier. And I forgot about it. Oh my god. Oh, Jupiter, you weird son of a bitch. Oh, shit. I gotta fix something. Hold on a second. Oh my god, though. Seriously? Oh. What other fucking shit did he do that was like... I'm trying to think now, aside from, like, shit like this, or us using him as a massager, but the eating dog food. Oh my god. Anyway. I picked him up and hugged him. He was trembling in my arms, and he's afraid of mice. Chee! Chee chee! That's the voice I gave him. seemed like he was trying to tell me something, but I obviously had no way to know what it might be. I can't wait for you to find out that Chi is Jupiter and be like, wait. I wonder if something scared him and caused him to rampage around my room. I decided Chi was probably responsible for the mess I'd come home to. Chi always has been a bit of a scaredy cat, which is fucking funny! But you know what? Actually, not surprising considering, remember in the park when all the girls were chasing Peter and he's like, ah! And he was like fucking afraid of the women talking to him. And now Chi is scared of my, like, it's kind of fucking funny because, like, again, you're like, Jupiter, you're supposed to know shit. You're supposed to be the almighty god Jupiter. And you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You're afraid of mice and women. Like, I don't know why that makes you more charming. Like, why is that adorable? I can't. Oh my god. You're sexy as shit. And yet if I'm like, hi, he's like, I don't know how to talk to you. What? Look at this cute little Alright, yeah, the more we get into this, the more I love it. Alright. Fucking up my plot lines, be damned. This is goddamn hilarious. Like, I mean, look, I know the last part, like, there was, like, a bitch fest, but, like, again, it was me just being in a mood, I don't know, and but it throws you off. It did throw me off, and I was like, the fuck is happening? But, you know, we're getting used to it, and this is just fucking hilarious, so, anyway. I couldn't help but wish that if Lord Jupiter was going to send a divine beast with me, he could have picked a more reliable one. I wish you said that out loud! Oh well, no big deal. I think I'm going to take a bath. You want to join me, Chi? Oh my god, girl, oh no! Chi? Chi suddenly shot me a surprised look, and I noticed he'd somehow gotten ketchup on his face. Taking a closer look at him, I noticed he was actually pretty filthy. Wait, I haven't given him a single bath since we got to Lost York. Oh god! Oh, this is so awkward. I love it. I'd assumed that since he was a divine beast, he couldn't actually get dirty, but it looked like a bath was definitely in order. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. And then when we find out he's Jupiter, we're like, wait, you took a bath with me. I used you as a massager for my back. What the fuck? You ate dog food. Okay, that didn't happen in this route, but still. All right, Chi. It's bath time for both of us. Again, this is like, oh, God. This is like the mini version of every Otome game where you're in love with your pets. And it's very weird. And we have so many of those, and every single time something comes up where I'm like, it's borderline one of those games. We have all those games, we've just never played them. And you're like, ha ha ha, look at my cute fluffy cat, and then, oh wait, now my cat's a hot dude. What? No. It kind of freaks me out a little, because I'm like, this. Okay, I'm gonna take my little divine beast, and we're gonna take a bath, and then he's a hot guy inside. Wait, what? This is like my bird. I'm gonna take my bird. My bird goes poo with me, okay? He follows me into the bathroom. He's in the bathroom when I take a shower. He's in the bathroom when I go to the bathroom. Like, and then then he comes to life as like a hot dude and is like, I've been in the bathroom when you're pooping. Like, weird. No, stop it. Stop. So fucking, no. Think about it. Think every time your pet follows you into the fucking bathroom and then they're gonna turn it. Nope. It's too weird. I can't do it. It's funny as shit, but it's also like, no, it freaks me out a little bit. Like, also, I like my bird as a bird. I don't want him to turn into a person. I'm also pretty sure my bird's female, so that'd be weird. But anyway. Chi! Chi started shaking his head vigorously back and forth. Apparently he wasn't a fan of baths. Sorry, Chi. I can't let something so filthy sleep in my bed, you know? We also sleep with him and cuddle him. It's okay. There's no reason to be afraid of a little hot water. And I'll be right there with you. That's what he's freaking out about. Chi! I guess that's his way of saying no, but I just grabbed him and dragged him toward the bath. Oh my god, I hope we get a CG of us in the bathtub with Chi. I filled the tub with steamy hot water and added a little bubble bath. I climbed in with Chi in my arms and started soaking. I like the fact that there was actually, like, steam in the background. It was so weird. Whew! So warm. Chi! It looks like he's crying again. Chi, why are you covering your eyes? Chi! You're so weird. Oh, maybe you don't want the bubbles to get in your eyes. Okay, just hold on. I'll scrub you down myself. Chi! As I grabbed a sponge and got to work, he started thrashing his legs wildly. Touching Chi's naughty bits. Eventually started to calm down. He's like covering his eyes like I don't want to see. Chi! He sighed and had a dreamy look in his eyes. I got the impression that he was starting to enjoy bath time. Like he's like, no, I can't be in the bath with you. And then we're like sponge bathing him. And he's like, oh, actually, that was kind of nice. I am so glad we learned Chi's secret before all this because it makes it funnier. I didn't realize he would enjoy baths so much. I should have brought him in with me earlier. Oh, God. I stroked his forehead and carefully scrubbed every inch of his body. This is so weird. It's hilarious. But as I started to wash myself, he suddenly fled from the room, still sopping wet. Yeah, he's like, I can't look at you! Hey, Chi, you need to dry off when you get out of the bath. After I got out and dried myself off, I went and found Chi and wrapped him up in a towel. Chi! Stop complaining! I ignored his temper tantrum and dried him off thoroughly. As I rubbed down his horns, I got a slight shock. Huh? Apparently his horns held some kind of electric charge. I waved my hand between his horns and felt the shock again. Does he have some kind of weak current running through his body? Oh, God. She hasn't used him as a massager yet. That sounds really inappropriate when you say it, but like, you know. I felt a little like the device they used. It felt a little like the device they used at the beauty salon my friend took me to when I told her how stiff my shoulders were. The first time we used Chi for a neck massage. If I use them on my shoulders, that might feel nice. I'm glad they put this in instead of like the fact that it was always canon in the rest of the game, but like they made a point to mention it now that you already know what's going on. Chi gave me a confused look, unsure of what I was thinking. Without warning, I grabbed him. Struggle! Wriggle! Look at this CG, it's so cute! Oh! Poor Chi, look at him. I fucking love it. I hope this... Wait, weren't we missing a CG in the normal ones? I was like, there's like a CG here that's not doesn't go in the character route. I think was it this one? I don't know. I feel like there was. It should be this CG because this shouldn't count as a Jupiter CG when he's in Chi form, but that's fucking hilarious. As he tried to escape in vain, I applied that current of his to my shoulders. Chi! Ah, it feels even better than I could have hoped for. The electrical current put out by his horns just felt just as nice as that massage device. My body had been so stiff since arriving in the human realm. I've been hoping to get another massage at some point. Chi! He desperately tried to get away, but his arms and legs were so short, all his struggling couldn't do anything. Sorry, Chi, but the least you can do is lend me a little electricity after you messed up the house like that. Chi! He suddenly went limp as if acknowledging that I was right. These interactions are so much funnier, I'm gonna cry. I don't know if I can hold it. I'm gonna die. We still couldn't have a proper back and forth conversation, but it seemed like he could understand me at least. Thanks, Chi! And just like that, I'd invented the Chi massager. But then, a few days later, I guess I used him a little too much because he retreated into my closet and refused to come out, and has refused to come out ever since. I'm reading all of this, but I'm picturing Jupiter in my head, and he's just cowering in the closet like, oh God, she used me as a massager, and I was in the bathtub, and like, I mean, it felt nice, but it was inappropriate. And there's mice here. Oh God, I can't handle it. Oh, I can't fucking handle it. I love this game so much. Oh dear God. You know, oh. The secret cupcake incident. Oh dear God. Okay. This is gonna be one of those everyone should play this or just experience this game because I am so Look, there have been other ones where you're like, it's a good game, but it's not on my top, like, replay. But this is just one of those ones. I feel like lately we've had a lot of these games where it's like, I love this game. I'm having a lot of fun. There was a point where you're like, some of these games just, you're like, are we done talking about this yet? Like, because, okay. Like, you know what I mean? They just kind of drag, and sometimes you're like, I feel a little bored. I like the game. I might like the characters, but, like, you know, at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, I mean, it was good, but, like, eh. And then there's other ones you're like, why did they localize this one? I don't get it. Like, no offense, Cafe Enchanté. Why did they localize that one? There's so many other games they could have, and like that just, I didn't dislike the game. Look, we love Venia, but at the same time, I'm like, like, poor Miser, or whatever his name's supposed to be. But like, you know, at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, no, just no. If they had never localized it, I don't think I'd have missed it. You know what I mean? Because it just, Seven Scarlet, fuck you. Fuck you so hard for the game. Like, I really enjoyed that game until the end, and then I was like, how dare you? Okay, let's not talk about it, I'll cry again. But like, you know, but there's games like this where you're like, I love this, oh my god. We need more of this, not like, we localize this one. Yeah, okay, but why? Why? Because there are other games like this that I'm sure are fucking amazing. And it's, I mean, some people like different games, you know what I mean? But like, I'm sure there are people who are like, yeah, I wasn't feeling Cupid Parasite. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, because this game is goddamn hilarious. The shit that happens, I'm sorry, Gil and Bumblepig, that's just up there with like the biggest what the fuck that's ever happened. Jupiter being she, and this game, it fell off the rails, and it has been a goddamn, like, fucking crazy train. It has been the goddamn Runaway Railroad ride at Disneyland, or Disney World, whatever, ever since. Like, it's just been like, you're like, ah! Like, it's just fucking insane. And I don't even know what's happening, but I fucking love it. Holy goddamn shit. Every fucking minute of this is just goddamn fucking bananas. And bravo to the writer for fucking coming up with this goddamn, I don't know if you were high when you wrote this, but like, dude, bravo. This shit's amazing. I can't. Holy crap. Anyway. I'm sad that we're getting to the end. Like, I mean, this is only like the 4th chapter and I don't know how many he has, but still. Anyway. Other than that, my days of studying passed without incident. We're going to be talking about the color wheel theory of love again. First of all, does anyone remember all the types of love? Oh, there are 6 types. Agape, Pragma, Ludus, Eros, Mania, and Storge. Exactly right. Today we're going to focus on one in particular, which is Storge, because that's his type. Buongiorno, ladies and buongiorno, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin the class, shall we? Today we'll be reading sections of Hesiod's Theogony? Wow, I can't read. Theogony lists the children of Cronus as Hestia, goddess of the hearth, Demeter, goddess of fertility, Hera, goddess of marriage and birth, Hades, king of the underworld, who's always hot in anime, Poseidon, king of the ocean, Chiron, and who else? Oh, I know! The almighty Jupiter! That's right, Jupiter, otherwise known as Zeus. Specifically, Zeus was his Greek name, while the Romans would later refer to him as Jupiter, then we would name a planet after him. So our planets are named after the Roman gods. Okay. This was a pretty typical day in my relative calm college life. My friends were kind enough to keep teaching me all kinds of things since they knew I was an exchange student. I was just living a comfortable life with no real problems to speak of. Yet. Hey! Are you taking this seriously? She's well on her way to graduation. We only have another 2 years before she returns to Celestia. You do want Cupid, don't you? You don't have to yell. I get it. But how is an impure demon like me supposed to approach her? Still, this is the chance I've been waiting for. It doesn't look like she's ever going to get a boyfriend. I have to make up my mind. Well, it's funny because he wants Cupid. Well, because, I mean, we know why, but at the same time, this makes it seem like, I want Cupid. I want her to be with me, but also I need to get her a boyfriend. Anyway. A few days later, When I arrived at my mythology class, the room was strangely full. This new professor is so hot! I can't believe someone like him wound up at our school! Oh my god, it's Alan, isn't it? Huh? What's going on? There is like a bunch of cheering in the background. Professor Giordano won a contest to travel around the world, so he's going to be gone for a whole year. And his replacement is this new guy, Professor Melville. Oh my god, I knew it. Isn't he just the cutest? Wait, look at Alan's professor outfit. Alan, shut up. Stop talking. Oh my god. Alan, stop. Look at his professor outfit. He's wearing a lab coat. Why are you wearing a lab coat? You're not a doctor. This isn't any kind of medical class. What are you doing in the lab coat? Oh my god. And the glasses. Oh, Alan, I love you, you weird son of a bitch. He's still wearing his furry sweater. He's got the furry fucking sweater under his lab coat. It's the lab coat. It's killing me. This game is so weird. God, I love it.
Hello, our darlings. I'm Professor Melville, and I'll be taking over for Professor Giordano. It's very nice to meet you all.
Is he really that handsome? People are acting like our new professor is some famous Sillywood actor or something. Oh, wait till Raoul shows up. Yeah, baby, I'm here for that. Oh my god, Jupiter, Raoul, and Alan all together in the same room. That's hot. That's my dream throuple right there. Wait, what is it if I put myself in there? It doesn't matter, whatever. That's my dream square, my love square. Okay, I do love Shelby, and Ryuki was great. Gil, you're the bottom. Sorry, Gil, but like whatever. But you know, like, yeah. I mean, I did love Shelby, but like I feel like I forget about Shelby's existence. You're like, I also kind of forget about Gil, but he keeps showing up in routes. But I'm like, Gil, your route was fun, but like I'm not into you. You're cool as a friend though. And like, I did enjoy Ryuki, but he's just not like, I don't know. Like, I'm not like, I love you so much. It's like, I love you, Ryuki. You're great. But I feel bad for Shelby because I forget about him. I'm like, oh yeah, Shelby exists. I did love you, Shelby. But like, compared to some of these other routes, you were a little boring. Shelby, you're a little basic. Like, he's a great route to start with, though. You know what I mean? Because you're like, okay. And then the game just goes crazy. And if you did him later, you'd be like, you're kind of boring compared to everybody else. Although we did get kidnapped. And there was Owen. So, you know. But I do feel like my later routes are my favorites. Like, I love Raoul. I really do love Alan. And his route. Jupiter and Raoul are going to be like duking it out. Alan, you're like a close second. Okay. But you're like a really close second. You're like a 1.2. Okay. He's like almost number one with the two of them. It's almost a three-way tie. But like, it's just because your Raoul was really good and you are hot. But like, it's still Raoul. And like Jupiter. Like, I don't know. You can't really win against the two of them for me. I don't know. Because Jupiter is Chi, and that just takes the cake. Anyway, sure, it's kind of rare to get such a young professor at Lost York University, but still. Chi was perched on my shoulder, and he leaned forward to look at the new professor. He was staring at him with skepticism, which I think is funny. And Chi's like, Chi? What's wrong? Chi! He uttered a sound I'd never heard from him before. I got the sense that he had a strong distaste for Professor Melville. He's like, Demon! I'm just kidding.
And so, Professor Giordano left off with Hesiod's theogony, correct? We may as well start at the beginning, don't you think?
Hesiod's? I read that wrong. Whatever.
At first there was chaos, complete disorder. And next came Gaia and Tartarus. After them, Eros was born. And these were the first primordial gods.
Huh. Eros? Eros. That's the Greek name for Cupid. Professor, does Eros refer to the same god as Cupid? When I raised my hand and spoke, the professor smiled at me.
Excellent question. Actually, there are a number of theories that attempts to explain the birth of Cupid. Some say she's the child of Aphrodite and Ares. Others think Nyx birthed her from an egg, or she may have been born of Zeus himself.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not go into that. That's creepy. Don't make my relationship weird here. What? A child of Lord Jupiter? I can say safely that the first theory is actually the right one, though. Aphrodite, also known as Venus, and Ares, also known to some as Mars. In other words, my mom and dad. But not really, right? They're actually my foster parents. Actually, how were gods even born in the first place? To be honest, I don't know the first thing about stuff like that. Slightly confused, I thanked Professor Melville for his comments and went back to listening to the lecture.
Erebus and Nyx were born next, and together these primordial gods gave birth to many more.
The primordial gods he mentioned don't exist in Celestia, so listening to him was like hearing about some ancient ancestors. I finally heard a familiar name when he mentioned the birth of Zeus, or Lord Jupiter, in other words. Oh my god! I want this to be everything he's telling you about Jupiter to be true, and she's just like, this is weird.
Cronus was afraid one of his sons might strike him down the way he did his father, so he devoured them one by one.
I love Alan with glasses, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Zeus was the only one who managed to avoid this fate, all because his mother managed to get Cronos to swallow a simple stone.
A stone? As I was thinking how ridiculous it was that Lord Kronos was fooled by a mere stone, a girl sitting in front of me raised her hand. Professor, was it actually a stone, or was that some kind of metaphor?
Good catch. It's strange to think you could trick a god with a literal stone, right? Especially the god of agriculture. Some people think that the stone was actually Zeus's twin, and that's just a guess, of course. Or maybe it was a god, but it was stillborn. Some scholars even believe the stone was special, like perhaps the Philosopher's Stone. And then fucking Harry Potter came along and fucked that shit up.
Wait, is Lord Voldemort? I see. Thank you. No wonder so many people are curious about the stone. But no matter how many times I read the passage in Theogony? Whatever. It just didn't feel right. Still, if Dad wanted to eat a child and someone gave him a stone and said it was a baby, he definitely might just swallow it. The truth is, gods really don't pay very close attention to things.
Ultimately, Zeus escaped danger, but found himself all alone. He grew up in Crete, raised by local nymphs.
And he doesn't know how to talk to women? I'm just saying. I flipped through Theogony again while listening to Professor Melville's lecture. Zeus, Lord Jupiter, escaped all alone and grew up in Crete. Next, Professor Melville told us that Zeus made his father ingest a special drug to make him vomit out all his children.
And that's how the children of Cronos were released from their conflict with him. And this battle came to be known as the
Titanomachy? Titanomachy? Anyway. Oh yeah, I think I remember Mom telling me something about that. Which means this particular story is true. Probably. But when's he going to talk about Cupid? I got bored hearing about stories I already knew, so I started flipping ahead in the book. Which is where I stumbled on a bunch of stories about Lord Jupiter's history of love affairs with all different kinds of women. He's scared of mice and didn't want to take a bath with you. I highly doubt that's true. He became a bull to seduce Europa, became a cloud to be with Io, and became literal golden rain to hook up with Danae. He would do anything to meet women. The book described a god who was only interested in free-spirited affairs with lots of women. I love the fact that he's going to be like, that is so not true, I'm offended! Stop it. Did Lord Jupiter really do these kinds of things? Chi? All of a sudden, Chi hopped onto the table and looked at the Theogony. He seemed to recognize what he was looking at and suddenly tore into the book. He's mad. He's like, damn it! Lies! Yeah, it's all lies. I think that's so cute.
Okay, that's it for today's class. Remember that you all have a report due by the next time we meet.
Professor, I was hoping to ask you something in private. Me too, Professor. Do you have some extra time? All the women in the class eagerly surrounded the professor. I mean, it's Alan, who's hot, and he's wearing glasses, which is hot, and a fucking lab coat. I don't know why, but I mean, that's kind of hot too. I was hoping I could talk to him about some parts of Theogony I wasn't quite sure about. but I didn't see any way to get through the gathering crowd. Besides, Gil and I had plans to meet after class so we could prepare for the campus party. I just love parties. We get to bring tasty food and dance together. I put my books in my bag while I was thinking about what snacks I wanted to buy. I was walking past the professor's desk to leave when someone's hand reached out as if to block the exit. Huh?
Well, hello there. You want to go on a date with me?
Alan, what the fuck? What? It was Professor Melville. All the girls surrounding him let out a single synchronized scream. They looked at me with shock and disbelief. All I could do in return was shake my head. I'm sure any of these other girls would be happy to...
No, I want to go with you. When are you free? How about tonight?
You're like, isn't it a little inappropriate for a teacher to date the students? I don't care if we're even, like, a year apart in age. This is wildly inappropriate. Like, student-teacher relationships. No. Well... He gave me a mysterious smile and took my hand in his. Suddenly, Chi leapt off my shoulder. I love the fact that Jupiter's like, just back off. Chi! Huh? Chi? Out of nowhere, he sunk his teeth into one of Professor Melville's fingers. Oh, let go, damn it! What? Can he actually see Chi? The professor was scowling with pain. Meanwhile, I couldn't hide my surprise. I'd clearly just heard him yell out, "Let go, damn it." As a divine beast, Chi was totally invisible to normal humans. So Professor Melville shouldn't have known what had hurt him. Professor Melville, what? Ah! Chi? Next thing I knew, Gil was crying out and a plate of cupcakes was flying through the air. A plate of cupcakes? What the fuck is happening? I don't know, but I love it. Look at all the cupcakes, literally. So cute. I saw them falling in slow motion. I love the fact that they actually animated the cupcakes in here. Pink cupcakes, mint cupcakes, all falling, spinning, twirling. Chi! One of them splattered directly onto Chi's face. Oh, poor little Chi. Then more of them rained down on Gil and the professor. Hey, what's your problem? You totally messed up the professor's hair. I'm sorry, but Alan looks kind of hot with a cupcake smashed on his fucking forehead like a unicorn. This is adorable. I love this. Like, it's not really a CG, but like, it's fucking great. Chi's little face. Oh. And Alan's face is like, the fuck. I love Alan's face. It's so beautiful with like the cupcake and the frosting on his cheek. Like, it's beautiful and hot. Oh, God damn it. I'm sorry. I was just carrying the cupcakes for today's party and... Oh no, it's sticky.
How annoying. I care to join me for a quick bath to clean up.
What? With me?
What? No! Why would I want to take a bath with a guy? I was asking the girl.
I like how Gil's... this might actually be a CG, though, with our face in it. No thanks. None of the cupcakes hit me, so... Safe! I don't know why. I just love what has happened with the cupcakes and the little animation, and then these popping up. Like, I don't know. Like, Gil, look at his face. What? Oh, yeah, you miraculously avoided them. I guess? I got the sense that she had helped me avoid all the cupcakes somehow. But obviously nobody else could see him, so... What? No way! The cupcake is... floating? Is it a ghost? Since nobody could see Chi, it looked like the cupcake that had hit him was just floating there. While everyone else was chattering away, Professor Melville clearly looked directly at Chi and narrowed his eyes.
I see. So you had a bit of protection, I assume.
I knew it! He really can see him, can he? I wanted to follow up on that, but first I had to get the cupcake off of Chi. I quickly grabbed it and started whipping up the floor around him. Wiping up the floor around him. It's just your imagination, everyone. Come on, let's just clean up this mess. I'll take the rest of the cupcakes up to the party, Gil. Oh, up to the party. Gil, Professor, you should go and clean yourselves up. I'm sure the dorm showers are free right now. I sent them off, then grabbed the cupcakes and headed for the meeting spot. A few days later, a friend of mine told me our little accident had become known as the floating cupcake incident and entered the Lost York mythos. Awesome. That's fucking hilarious. I love Jupiter. The night of the floating cupcake incident. Light snoring. What is Chi doing? Where's Chi going? Oh! After midnight, as she was fast asleep, I slipped out of the house. I decided I had to track down that demon we'd met at college, Alan Melville. I searched for any signs of Melville's presence. I get the sense that he was an incubus, and yet I recognized that particular soul. Its form and figure had changed significantly, but I'm sure of it. He was once an angel born under that sky that I loved so much. And that angel had been paired with her, with Cupid. Oh, the angel that had been paired with her, with Cupid. 400 years ago, on that day I'd been looking down at Elysium from Celestia, just as always. Elysium. An angel has no name. An angel has no voice. But these angels enjoyed their shared existence as much as possible every day of their lives. And yet you took me away! Like, that makes Alan's story so beautiful and sad. You're like, oh god, it's up. But then you're like, Jupiter, you're kind of a dick. Like, I'd enjoyed looking down at those two for as long as I could remember. But again, it's kind of cute that he's like, oh, look at them. They're so happy. I'm going to take one. Like, Jupiter, what the fuck? And they always looked like they were having so much fun. They clearly cared for each other very much. Whenever I had a spare moment, I spent it observing their affection. Again! Wait. Completely unable to talk with one another, they still cherished each other's presence. What kind of love can allow for that? If I'd been capable of understanding all the different kinds of love back then, could I have figured it out? And there are many different types of love in this world, but I was really only familiar with familial love. Agape, devoted love. Pragma, pragmatic love. Ludus, playful love. Eros, physical love. Mania, enthusiastic love. Storg, congenial love. I've only ever felt familial love, a love of passion, jealousy, possessiveness, and those were never granted to me. Not yet. In order to perform my duties as god of all gods, I had to be denied these emotions. Maybe that's why I found those two so captivating. He loved her and protected her so passionately. It truly felt like mania, which actually is his love type, so yeah. So when a certain day came, even though it wasn't my place to do so, I decided I had to speak up. Because on that day, Mercury had selected her to become a new god. Okay, so it wasn't Jupiter, it was Mercury. Our former Cupid had disappeared suddenly, and I visited Mercury, messenger of the gods, to ask his opinion about the situation. When I arrived, he was staring into the mirror of Elysium in order to choose a new set of gods. That one for the next Cupid, and that one for the next Nike. That's... Within the mirror, I saw one of the two angels I'd come to care for so much. She was going to become... Nike? Understood, my lord. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away. The divine soldier left to begin the process. I like how Jupiter is like the almighty Jupiter, god of all gods, and yet nobody fucking listens to him. He's scared of mice and doesn't know how to talk to women. Also cannot figure out how to unlock a lock that he just fucking did. He like, I sealed this away and I don't know how to undo it. Like, are you new here? What the fuck? It's kind of funny. You're like, it should be totally unbelievable. Like, we should be offended that they're like, this is unbelievable. But it's like, no, this is just fucking hilarious. Mercury, you think that angel would make a good Nike? At the sound of my voice, Mercury turned and looked at me, surprised. Ah, Lord Jupiter. Yes, she has displayed both innocence and curiosity. I'm sure she'll make a wonderful Nike. Nike? I don't know how you pronounce the god's name, but is it the same as the shoes? Anyway. Nike is the goddess of victory. In other words, the goddess that presides over war and combat. Nike spends most of her time on the battlefield, so there tends to be a lot of turnaround for that position. Especially lately, there had been so much war, so much bloodshed. Nike was sure to expire much sooner than Cupid. Oh, so he was like, no, we'll make her Cupid. I don't want her to die. Oh. I'm kind of like mad that you weren't like, no, we're not allowed to touch her. Then nobody listens to you, so you couldn't say that. But at least you were trying to protect me. That's kind of sweet. Aw. All right. I mean, I'm not really mad at you for kidnapping me and taking me away from Alan anymore, but that's all right. Anyway. Sorry. And I knew that I didn't want that to happen. If anything, I wanted to do whatever I could to keep them together forever. But, like, we're supposed to fall in love with you. You can't have a Jupiter route that has us fall in love with Alan. That's weird. But I also knew that as the god of all gods, it was wrong to have such feelings. And couldn't you perhaps rethink your decision? I'm sorry, I'm afraid the process has already begun. Although, I suppose I could switch the roles of Nike and Cupid. Then, please, if you can, at least do that much. I actually found myself muttering such thoughts out loud. It's funny that he's not like, no, I disagree with your choices. Mercury's like, would you let me do my goddamn job, boss man? And she has such a strong sense of love. If she can become Cupid, I'm sure she'd do an incredible job. And I did. Very well, then we'll make that one Nike and that one Cupid. I do feel bad that Jupiter's like, I didn't want to rip them apart, but it wasn't my intent, but ultimately I ended up separating the two of them. And now I'd finally found that other angel. I was sure he'd be eager to help me save her, and at that moment I could feel his presence near me. Alan Melville, show yourself. I know you're here. Disguising myself, I turned the corner and came face to face with a demon, just as I'd expected.
What? How can you see me?
Has he disguised himself as Peter? No, he's like, I disguised myself as Jupiter. I put a mask on. Jupiter, that's not a disguise! Literally. Okay. We're not at a masquerade ball where everyone's done up, but again, I just put a little mask over my eyes and suddenly nobody knows what I look like. It's like the Clark Kent effect, right? Everyone's like, Superman's so hot! Clark, you're like a loser just because he puts glasses on and everyone's like, where'd Superman go? Clark, what are you doing here? Like, what the fuck? I disguised myself. I put on glasses. Magic. Wow, people are dumb. I don't know, anyway. I'm Jupiter, god of all gods and leader of the DC, and I must speak.
How could you? How could you tear us apart?
Oh. As soon as he saw me, his entire body tensed as if preparing for battle. Alan, wait! I just want to help!
You're to blame for my fall. It's your fault I look like this. I'll never forgive you.
You look beautiful, though, Alan. You're hot as shit. Like,
I'm gonna destroy every last one of you.
Apparently, he regarded me as his greatest enemy. Murderous intent burned within his eyes. I decided it was best for me not to stick around. If we came to blows here and now, humans will surely suffer for it. I have to get out of here. I called down a bolt of lightning to strike the ground in front of him.
Chee! Damn!
He's gone. I lost him. And he was crying. Oh, poor little Chi. I'd escaped by the skin of my teeth. Arriving home, I dove into her bed. Hello. That was surprisingly frightening. I never have gotten used to crisis situations like that. The fact that he's like, I don't know what to do. We are way over time. I keep forgetting. This bed is so nice and warm. Can't imagine a safer, more comforting place than my bed. However, I failed in my mission to enlist his help. I thought I could count on him to help protect her from whoever is after her. I had no idea he held such a massive grudge against all of the gods. Not only could I not count on him helping us, but I had to consider the fact that he might be the one that was threatening her. I have to protect Cupid at all costs. And this is going to be the fun battle between them, and they're going to be like, but you're both on my side. As I was thinking about her safety, she rolled over and pulled me into a sleepy hug. Chee! I couldn't stop myself from calling out, but luckily she didn't wake. Light snoring. Clearly her sleep was undisturbed by troubling dreams. And the most innocent, naive, adorable angel I'd ever seen. You're so in love with us and you don't even know it's cute. I want her to know love without pain. I want to preserve that delicate heart of hers. None of the other DC were capable of feeling such emotion. I'll protect her and make sure she's able to become the next Juno. Really? But like Mars and Venus, they can't love each other? Anyway. And that's the only way I can keep Cupid's soul from disappearing forever. It's so cute. He just wants to protect us too, and he didn't mean to take us away from Alan. It's kind of cute. Oh, stop it. New chapter. Yay. What is this, chapter 5 now? Anyway. Actual Cupid incidents. But we're going to stop here because we went over time. Ooh! What's the 398? Why does that keep popping up? What's the number? Anyway. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.